The pub's keg cellar became Des Costello's temporary tomb.
Down he's gone.
When you threw... Why are you laughing?
Down he goes.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
And you thought he was dead?
Yeah. Dead as a doornail as far as I was concerned.
But he wasn't, was he?
Well, the next morning he's still a bit of a cackle.
So what did you do then?
Step on his throat. We just went like that. We just took a bloody, just a bit of a. That's all it took.
Did you know that you had that in you then?
Yeah, of course I did, yeah.
Blasé and brutal, the 17-year-old chopper and an accomplice carried the body of Desmond Costello a few blocks to dump it here, in the shadow of what locals call the Collingwood Shot Tower. Police found his body, they just never found his murderer. Were you surprised that you got away with it?
No.
Why?
There's no one around. No one, no. This is 5:30 in the bloody, whatever it was, morning in 1971 in Collingwood.
So you don't think anyone saw you?
Well, if they did see us, they turned their head quickly and went the other way.
All right, Greg, what do you got?
Yeah, so just one thing to pay attention to, and go watch him doing stand-up or whatever kind of thing that is. I mean, he did some stand-up and storytell, and when he's uncomfortable and uncertain how he's being perceived, he does a chained elephant. He's doing the chained elephant here, which makes me red flag him, red flag him, red flag him. Whatever happened in that first part, he's more demonstrative in the chained elephant than he is in anything else he talks about. Then he goes, I don't think anybody saw me. That's good enough for me. I really don't believe him now, whether it's about all the story or just this part. Scott, what we got?
All right. When she says, why are you laughing? And he says, down he goes. He starts off, he's still got that odd, quiet laughing going on. It's so awkward and it's really, really detailed. And he's been really, really detailed up to this point, but this isn't detailed at all. He just tells the overview of what happened. He's got this continuous, weird, half-hearted laughter. And that's, again, that suggests he's repeating someone else's story. I think he heard what happened. I think he's repeating it at this point. And all of his answers are sketchy, and they're really quiet. They're really kind of almost muffled. And he's doing that mumbling thing as well. And he says, when he says, I stepped on his throat, he's acting this out, and he's doing it too weak. He would have done a stomp thing. He would have done something to make it more graphic, especially if he's an actor, especially if he wants to get the point across. But if he didn't do it, he doesn't feel good about it. I think his brain's saying, dude, we better chill out on this. You better cool down a little bit. I don't think he did it. And I'm not going to waste my time on the last question because I think it's painfully cringeworthy. And I don't think he did it.
And then
Chase, what do you got?
Well, I need a percentage from you really quick.
Oh, I didn't think I needed to put one in there.
Percentage of truth.
Yeah,
Look,
I think it's
for me to say 100%, nobody did anything. I'd say 90% he didn't. 10% he did.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 100% he didn't. 100%.
I can't be sure that.
I'll kick it off with, I gave this one 15% truth. I think some elements are real. Some probably he heard in a story about somebody. There's artificial laughter, the confirmation glances back and forth just to make sure he's being listened to. And when he says this is dead as a doornail, he's looking away down the street, way lower sense of self-confidence. And when he's saying I stepped on the guy's throat, this is just increased posturing. There's insecure arm movement, lowered self-confidence again. I don't think this detail is accurate at all. And when she says, did you know you had that in you? There's hesitancy. So here's how that's deceptive. Here are the deception indicators: a hesitation, a loss of fluency, which means we have trouble speaking clearly, eye contact avoidance, confirmation glance, and the chained elephant that Greg was just talking about. That's what we're talking about. If you ever hear us talk about clusters, that's the cluster of behavior that looks like deception for all of us. Mark, what do you got?
So the laugh is a little bit of an issue. It does seem odd. We'll hear it further down the line as well. It'll come up again. We've got to understand that there's a personality type here that is a total outsider. And so there's going to be some odd, there's going to be some really odd behaviors going on here. There isn't any passion in that stamp. You're absolutely right. And later on, we'll see some way more passionate performances. But these are still performances, but they're just better passion. They're melodramatic, almost. So is he devoid of feeling because it didn't happen, or is it devoid of feeling because he is devoid of feeling? He doesn't have, a big vocabulary for ideas around feeling. We'll see him act out aggression and violence, but in a melodramatic way, a non-realistic way. So, look, there's an issue for me here in terms of, I think because he doesn't really act this out very well, it's not very descriptive, that I'm of the opinion that I'm not sure this part of the story happened. I'm pretty sure that he is part of something to do with this at the start, but it runs out of detail here. But I'm also at the same time going, he's not somebody who's going to have a lot of feeling that we would recognize. And so we'll probably be at a loss sometimes to go, well, that's a bit unpassionate and a bit cold. Well, yeah, it will be, because he is the kind of person, he'll cut off your ears because it's Wednesday. So I'm still over the 50% that he's something to do with this, but this stuff doesn't seem very accurate to me.
So what do you got?